So today I decided to punish myself and get the platinum for GHOSTRUNNER. GHOSTRUNNER has 34 trophies, 6 out of 10 difficulty, and takes an estimated 12 hours to complete. So I wasn't sure how to make this video because there's really not much story going on in this game. It's more gameplay focused in my opinion, and that's where it shines. So I'm gonna give you the basic GHOSTRUNNER story guide for dummies. You are a GHOSTRUNNER, a biomechanical cyber warrior, which means you're the Terminator but with a ninja sword and insanely good at parkour. The objective of the game is to climb to the top of the tower, filled with criminals to challenge the Keymaster and free humanity from Mark Zuckerberg. The game begins in a beautiful cyberpunk city with the assassination of this poor bastard and some dubstep beats to show you how hip and happening this game is. Since this is the beginning of the game, we are introduced to the game's basic mechanics and movement, which would take me a while to get down, but after an hour or so, I would start to believe. And also around the same time, I would kill 5 enemies within 10 seconds, only using my sword for the first trophy pop. I would then continue to play the game for a while until reaching this one area where a bunch of enemies were set up, and I used dash, wall run, slide, and gap jammer within 1 second without even realizing it for a trophy. Around 10 minutes later, I would be rewarded for running 42 kilometers, which is the equivalent of running a marathon, and I don't remember running a marathon. Like, I barely even touch grass. Anyways, here's the trophy. The following trophy would come naturally from playing the game, and it's for killing 74 enemies right after jumping off a wall. And that's basically all you do in this game, so that's nice. I should also mention during this playthrough, I'm also picking up all 57 collectibles, which I'm just following a guide for. Anyways, this next trophy is actually story related, which there's not many of, and it's for saving the residents of Sector 5 because I want them to love me. The next hour or so would be a painful time of grinding out collectibles and dying, and some more dying. But no, the dying wouldn't end there, because now we have reached the first boss fight. This boss requires a lot of parkour while trying to dodge an absurd amount of lasers, like Ada Wong, but I was at a disadvantage because she had something I didn't, a fat dumpy. I eventually beat the boss and got the trophy out of order. Afterwards, I got another trophy I wasn't even trying to get, and it's for killing an enemy with a projectile reflected by Tempest, like the sun reflects off your large forehead. Then I would go over an hour without trophies and self-respect, until finally I got the trophy for using 2 abilities within 10 seconds. Shortly after I got that trophy, you get to play the moving train level, which was kinda neat, and you have to dodge the signs so you don't get bonked, but I'll be damned if I didn't get bonked a couple of times. Also, did I mention that train ride actually takes us to the second boss fight, Hell? Who made me feel like I took a wrong turn on the train and ended up in actual hell. But for real though, her fight isn't too hard once you know what to do, or like me, you googled it. To beat Hell, you have to parry her attacks, then attack her. Once you've done that for 4 phases, you get the trophy, back to Hell, and you also get to fruit ninja her head. So this next level called Inward and Upward was one of the missions that absolutely crushed my soul. I spent a whole hour on this, and by the end of it, I felt like I could do this mission with my eyes closed. But on the plus side, I killed 1,000 enemies and got a trophy, shortly followed by Homelander's favorite trophy, Perfection. Now, we are almost done with the story, but there's still some things we have to do, like forcing enemies to kill 4 of their allies using Overlord. Then on the level Inward and Upward, I would finally complete my sword collection for the trophy, a fine addition, which also gave us the Rainbow Sword. We would then get 2 quick trophies, the first one being for collecting all audio logs, and the second one for killing 3 enemies at once with a falling drone. And now with those done, we are up to the final boss, Mara. Her opening move is a bold choice. She thrusts her tentacle at you like she's about to mess you up, and follows that move with what I can only describe as a game I played in primary school involving a skipping rope, or jump rope for you Americans, and one person would use the rope and spin in circles while the others had to jump over it. But if you failed to jump over it, you were hit in the ankle with the hard part of the rope rope. But in this case, Mara impales you with her tentacles. The whole fight wasn't that hard, besides the few times I got bonked, but in the end we got that victory royale and the trophy. With all that done, all we had left to do was complete the final parkour area and kill the architect for the trophy finish line, and we're done with the story. But now it's time for the cleanup. The cleanup is actually quite easy, taking me around 2 hours, and all you have to do is replay a few levels. So I start the cleanup with back-to-back trophies, firstly for collecting all story items, one man's trash, and the other one for getting every collectible in the game, Junk Runner. Afterwards I load back to this level, which is one of a few levels where you can farm specific trophies, so that's pretty chill, and I killed 10 enemies in a row without using sensory boost. For the trophy, upgrades not mandatory. There's also this spot here which is great for getting a few trophies done, and I got one here for killing 3 enemies with a single use of the blink ability for the trophy AAA. I also got a similar trophy for again killing 3 enemies with a single use of Tempest. We would then get a gold trophy for blocking the warden's attacks 5 times in a row, which I did first try by the way, and while I was here I decided to get the trophy for blocking 5 projectiles in a row, and I'm now better at blocking than Mike Tyson. However, the next trophy I had to get takes a little more skill to achieve. It's for killing 30 enemies with projectiles reflected using the sword, but once you learn the timing, it's not that bad and you'll eventually get the trophy. After that, I got this easy trophy, that's for filling up all the slots in the skill tree thing. I then had to kill a splitter before it splits like your parents when you were 10. But anyways, if you just sit up here and use Surge, you can easily get the trophy. Preemptive Strike. Moving on, I went back to the level Echoes, where I had to kill a sniper without being near it, and once again you just use Surge and there's the trophy. Following that, the next challenge was to kill 3 sluggers in the air, which is this enemy that jumps at you, so you know you kill him in the air. Then I went to kill 5 enemies with my special abilities, while they are protected by a shield which unlocks the trophy, Can't Run, Can't Hide. I don't know why, but this trophy was kinda hard. You have to kill 23 enemies in a row without dying, and there's this spot on Inward and Upward where these spider things come at you in a group, but you have to be in the perfect spot and get the timing right, but thank God I eventually got it. So now we're up to the final trophy. For this trophy you have to complete a level without dying, and in this game where it only takes 1 hit to kill you, that sounds hard, right? But the guide recommends doing this on the first level you play, and that's exactly what I did, and within a few tries I ended up getting the trophy. R is for running. And finally, the Platinum Trophy.